The last week of hurricane season is here. Is the only thing getting cooked up this week some candied yams and rum cake, or does Mother Nature have other plans? Your forecast across the Caribbean and the Bahamas starts right now.
This is Meteo Mundo.
Hi, my friends. Rusty back here at Meteo Mundo. We are your home for Caribbean weather. Hey, it's great to see you for this latest video. Hope things are well. It is Thanksgiving week, my friends. It's also the last week of hurricane season. So coming up, I'll talk about the areas that I expect we could see some impactful weather as we move through the week. I've got your island by island forecast for you guys as well. As always, Meteo Mundo is sponsored by the Lean Law Firm of Central Florida, your hometown homeowners insurance attorneys. Wind, hail, hurricane damage of any kind, property damage, they'll walk you through that insurance claim process. Check them out by going to leanomnilaw.com for more information. Before we get started, it is Thanksgiving week, and here in the United States and the territories, we eat too much, we watch too much football this week, but we also enjoy the week with our family and friends. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing for the week ahead. So this will be the only video for the week. I'll see you guys next Monday, which will be the end of hurricane season. I'm going to have a complete detailed recap of the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season. But between now and then, we have Thanksgiving, and there are some wonderful Caribbean Thanksgiving traditions. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments section below how you plan to celebrate Thanksgiving, what you guys are going to be cooking up. I promise you, I read every comment because I love learning about your local culture and your local traditions and how you guys will be enjoying Thanksgiving. Like I said, for us, it's a lot of turkey, it's a lot of football. Let's get into what's happening across the area. Another cold front, pretty powerful storm system in the southern plains of the United States into the southeast. It's going to drag this front back into our northwest areas. We're still getting some shallow pockets of low-level moisture with the easterly trade winds through most of the eastern and the central Caribbean, and in the southern latitudes of the Caribbean, we've been getting some decent showers here. You can see that on the high-resolution visible satellite imagery. Look at all the thicker clouds. Temperatures are cooler today. Port of Spain in Trinidad got down to 77 degrees this afternoon as some showers moved in. That's Fahrenheit, guys. I mean, that is on the cooler side, mid-20s Celsius. Other areas have been warmer, but relatively speaking, we've had some active weather down here, and this is where we're going to begin. It is the wet season for the ABC Islands, and we have gotten a little bit better showers here across Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. You notice that, again, clouds are going in different directions. Your trade winds in the Caribbean are moving east to west. You have some localized showers and storms developing off the northern coastline of South America, and some of the mid-level blow-off clouds are coming out of the south to the north and to the east. And again, that's throwing some cloud coverage and the opportunity for some spotty showers here over the last couple of days. You can clearly see from the Eagle Beach shot, the Irani side area of Aruba, there's a lot more cloud coverage in this shot than what we've had recently. And again, some passing showers, a decent breeze. They're flying the yellow flag out there. Still not bad for the beach goers in and out of some of the intermittent showers. It's still been a lovely afternoon across the area. As far as winds go, it's been gusty. Bonaire has had a 30-mile-an-hour wind gust for today, and some 20 to 30-mile-an-hour winds over the next couple of days, certainly likely across the ABC Islands. Nueva Esparta has had some extra cloud coverage and some passing showers as well, and this is also translated to some clouds and some wet areas in the Windward Islands the past couple of days. Mainly concentrated over Trinidad and Tobago, where we've had some passing showers for Grenada, portions of the Grenadines up towards St. Vincent. Cutoff line is kind of St. Lucia. Haven't had as much active weather in St. Lucia. Barbados has had some passing showers as well. Now, when I bring on the visible satellite imagery, what you're going to notice again is that the low-level clouds, if you can kind of look at this, are moving east to west, and most of the rain is also moving east to west. So these are mid-level clouds carrying in some moisture, but the actual showers are moving from east to west across the map here. And so, again, spotty rain, more concentrated this morning over the northern sides of the Grenadines, St. Vincent, and even portions of St. Lucia. And then some of those clouds have thinned out a little bit for us here. And again, you can clearly see more clouds than what we've had recently over the Corinth, St. Lucia area. Again, these are the live cameras here at Meteo Mundo. It's one of the exclusive contents that we can bring you guys. If you appreciate that, I appreciate you taking a quick second hitting that like button, but it really helps tell the weather story, right? To show these live cameras to you guys. And again, there's just enough moisture embedded within this easterly low-level flow that we're getting some passing showers to develop. Now, this should be thinning out as we go deeper into the week, and overall rain chances are likely to fall a little bit in these spots. But again, back to temperatures for today. They started off on the warmer side, but when the thicker clouds and the rain moved in, Trinidad, Tobago saw their temperature drop. You can see St. Lucia's temperature came down a bit, and even as far north as the Dominica area, we had a few passing showers. And that's about where the northern extent of that moisture is going to be carried right now. When I bring on the infrared satellite imagery, again, you can see that we don't pull that moisture from the mid-levels as far north and east as the Leeward Islands. When I show you the visible satellite imagery, you'll see some passing clouds here, but there's been many more dry locations and hours from Guadalupe north today, Montserrat, Antigua, Barbuda, St. Bart's, and St. Martin, and Anguilla, and Ceiba, St. Kitts, and Nevis, St. Eustatius. Been some lovely afternoons here the last couple of days. It's been relatively quiet over the Virgin Islands as well. It got hot today in St. Thomas. They hit 90 for a daytime high. That's 32 degrees Celsius. So there have been, again, some passing showers, but it's been mainly about the heat in some of these areas and a bit of wind as well. Let's check out these wind gusts in miles an hour. And again, from time to time, we freshen up to the 20, 25, even 30 mile an hour breeze there, St. Croix, St. Thomas, and St. John. Now, this is a fantastic shot. Isabel Cerny sent this in earlier. We're on St. Croix. We're looking to the north, and I'm going to point it out right here. That's St. Thomas about 40 miles away. She said in a very clear day, you can see the islands north, like St. Thomas and St. John and the British Virgin Islands some 40 miles away. That's a picture-perfect shot that you get. Appreciate Isabel sending in that photo of how clear it is on St. Croix. Then you go up to the British Virgin Islands. This is what it looks like live. Our friends at the Soggy Dollar Bar, Joost Van Dyke and the British Virgin Islands, they're enjoying a beautiful day. The catamaran out there just off of the beach. And again, just a little bit of a breeze, gentle, dry weather here. We're going to see a little bit more in the way of a few passing showers for the U.S. and British Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico in the coming days, but still many dry hours and locations overall. So it's been a lovely afternoon across Puerto Rico. We've had some passing showers across portions of the Dominican Republic and Haiti for today, but relatively speaking, the moisture content in the atmosphere is a little bit lower this time of the year. When I show you the water vapor imagery, the red is the drier air, so some of the moisture is beginning to lift into the southern coastline of Hispaniola, and that could promote a couple of isolated showers out there, probably not even any rumbles of thunder. And the farther north that you go into the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos, the air is even drier. There's actually a front, and I'll show you this, that again is draped over portions of the peninsula of Florida that will work its way into the northwest Bahamas, which is going to reinforce the drier air. So I'm not expecting there to be any real opportunities for rain in this area anytime soon. For the most part here, the temperatures have been on the lovely side as well, mainly in the upper 70s to lower 80s for daytime highs in Fahrenheit. So it translates to plenty of sunshine here, Long Island, the Bahamas, the White House area. We're looking off towards the west, just a few clouds in the distance, a lot of sunshine overhead, a beautiful day across the area. Not bad in Bermuda, a little bit cooler, temperature right around 70 degrees, fresh winds outside from time to time, very strong cold front coming in later in this week will spell some rain and some very breezy conditions there. Into our northwest areas, nice day across Jamaica, nice day across the Cayman Islands. This is what it looks like on the visible satellite imagery. Again, a little bit of cloud coverage earlier in the day, but that's thinned out a bit for Kingston, Port Moore, Spanish Town, Ocho Rios, on over towards Port Antonio, Montego Bay. If you had any shower activity associated with some of the clouds earlier today in Jamaica, please let me know in the comments section below. Enough moisture, there could have been a little bit of rain, but it will be very spotty. Same situation across Little Cayman to Cayman Brac, on over towards Grand Cayman. Again, we can billow up a little bit in the way of some passing showers, but generally speaking, many dry hours and locations. We're starting to get some rain popping off right now on the southern sides of Quintana Roo, the Gulf of Honduras, coastal Belize and Guatemala, San Pedro Sula, La Ceiba, Guanaja, Roatan, Utila. Look at this. And my friends, it's not just some rain, it's some localized thunderstorm activity as well. So Guanaja, Roatan, again, pretty stormy here late on this Monday. This is an area that could continue to churn up the opportunity for some isolated to scattered showers and a few storms as we go through the mid part of the week, especially right along the coastline here from San Pedro to Belize City, back down towards Dangriga. The opportunity will be there. And again, as we go farther south in Central America, you have your Central American gyre or that monsoon trough. And this time of the year, it is quite active. It's lifting moisture farther to the north. It's most prominent in Panama and Costa Rica, but from time to time, that counterclockwise spin can throw in some showers across portions of Honduras and Belize. And again, overall, we're just tapping into more moisture at the lower latitudes that's drifting to the north. So it really is the southern areas of the Caribbean seeing the most active weather. So let's get into your island by island forecast. And as we do so, again, appreciate you guys taking a quick second, hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel. Thank you for sharing this channel with your family and friends. Appreciate those who are members of the channel and those who have found other ways to support the channel, like our super thanks, which are open. You want to become a member? That's the join button you'll see on the homepage of the channel. Come join a fantastic community. Again, just subscribing and liking helps the channel out more than you guys think. I appreciate you doing all of those things as you watch and join along. All right, so let's get into what's going to be happening here. Still expecting there to be some moisture transport with the easterlies, especially into the southern and eastern sides of the Caribbean. So for places like Trinidad and Tobago, Nueva Esparta, Grenada, the Grenadines, maybe as far north as St. Vincent and Barbados, the opportunity for some more widespread rain will continue to be in the forecast, especially down towards TNT. Look, there's the opportunity that there could be enough heavy rain in Trinidad and even Tobago where you could get an adverse yellow alert for some hazardous weather, right? The opportunity for some localized flooding, a couple of inches of rain, 50 to 75 millimeters on a daily basis is not out of the question. This is one of those areas where this time of the year, there's still enough moisture to squeeze out heavy enough rain to cause some problems. The farther north that you go in the island chain through the Lesser Antilles, rain chances will still be decently high, but I'm still not expecting there to be enough concentration to cause any big problems. So scattered rain for Barbados and St. Lucia the next couple of days. But again, if you have plans through Thanksgiving Thursday, I'm not too concerned about things. Trinidad, Tobago would be one of the only areas where it could impact being outside. It could have enough impacts to cause some problems, but most of this that you see is just passing showers with the trade winds. Dominica, Guadeloupe, Antigua Barbuda, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, Saba, Statia, St. Eustatius, St. Bart, St. Martin, Anguilla, again, all with passing showers. From time to time, you'll see when I show you the 3-day forecast, some of these islands will have up to a 50% chance for rain on a daily basis. But again, not appreciably a lot of it, but the rain chances should be improving for the Virgin Islands as well. Anegada and Virgin Gorda, and Jost Van Dyke and Tortola and St. Croix and St. Thomas and St. John, Vieques Culebra and Puerto Rico itself, rain chances will come up a little bit, drop back down midweek, and then at least have a moderate chance for rain for Thanksgiving Thursday itself. I'm expecting moderate rain chances to continue, especially for the Dominican Republic. It'll be a little bit drier on the Haitian side of Hispaniola with the easterly trade winds trying to come up and over the higher terrain. You get a little bit of that rain shadow effect here for most of Haiti, but the peninsula towards Lacaille could see a couple of passing showers. Still mainly dry in the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos. Few spotty showers are possible across the Turks and Caicos, mainly tomorrow. I've just got a kind of a low-end chance overall. Same thing for the central and the southeast Bahamas. There is a powerful cold front that'll be moving through the United States southeast, including Florida, on Thanksgiving Thursday itself. Now for Florida, there's not going to be a lot of rain, but temperatures will go from the 80s through Wednesday back into the 70s for highs, Fahrenheit-wise, of course, on Thanksgiving Day itself, and morning lows on Friday, we call that Black Friday, is going to be in the low to mid 40s. This will translate to cooler weather across the northern Bahamas as well for Freeport, Lucaya, and the Abacos and Walker's Key and Bimini and Andros and Nassau, New Providence, and Eleuthera, with a few light showers possible late Thanksgiving night Thursday and into early on Friday as well. That front is able to work its way into the northern sides of Quintana Roo and portions of Cuba as well. So Merida and Cancun and Cozumel will be dry the next couple of days, but this front should bring a few dissipating showers Thursday and into Friday. It's not going to get as far south as some of the previous fronts that we had, but it should be able to slip its way into the Northwest Caribbean, and it's going to stall And just like the last couple of fronts, that will be a focusing mechanism to improve some rain chances. So while we might be relatively dry here the next couple of days, wherever that boundary wants to finally stall out late this week and into the weekend, I would expect there to be some higher rain chances along that boundary. Now, the Cayman Islands could be included in seeing some of those higher rain chances later in the week. I think Jamaica is a little bit too far south and east overall. I don't think the front's going to get that far to the south and east, but we could still be in a proximity to up the rain chance. Until then, for Negril and Montego Bay and Kingston, between now and Thanksgiving Thursday, the rain chances are actually quite low. I do expect there, again, to continue to be daily thunderstorms developing across the Northwest Caribbean, including the Gulf of Honduras, which could push inland. This is all going to be an onshore wind out of the east, so some of the showers and storms will reach the Belize and Guatemalan coastlines, the northern sides of Honduras, including the Bay Islands, scattered rain for the rest of Honduras back down towards Nicaragua, and the more persistent rain and storms across portions of Costa Rica and Panama. Back out to the big view, that's that cold front. The cold front coming in late Thanksgiving Day. Look for another blast of rain across Bermuda, gale conditions behind that, which means a lot of wind coming in. But you guys can clearly see, if I just show you this broad perspective, here comes that whole frontal boundary indicated by that thin line of rain, which will be working through the Gulf, the Western Caribbean, the Western Atlantic Basin, but then into the Northwest Caribbean, especially as we get into Friday. So rain chances, again, ahead of that front are likely to be low for the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, Cuba, and the Cayman Islands. Belize City will still have better rain chances, on a localized daily basis, a 30 to a 40% chance. Cayman Islands do get up to a 30 on Thanksgiving Thursday. Cancun, Cozumel, again, drier, some rain chances late Thursday, probably even a better rain chance on Friday, depending on how fast the front moves in. Jamaica's rain chances should be quite low through Thanksgiving itself. The Dominican Republic has a 50% chance for rain tomorrow, then a 40% chance on Wednesday, Thursday. Again, Puerto Rico, high tomorrow, lower again Wednesday, a moderate chance for a shower, maybe a rumble of thunder on Thursday, but I'm still not too concerned in most locations and across Puerto Rico for being outdoors and enjoying Thanksgiving itself. For the Virgin Islands, 40 tomorrow, 30 Wednesday, up to a 50 on Thursday. There's the increasing rain chances in Bermuda, with the next front arriving again late Thursday and on Friday. Anguilla, St. Kitts and Nevis will stay with moderate rain chances, a 30 to a 40% chance. Same thing for Antigua, building a little bit Wednesday, Thursday. Again, a couple of areas like Montserrat will have a 50% chance on Thursday itself, so a little bit higher on Thanksgiving, but still nothing extremely concentrated, right? We could get some passing showers here moving through. Most areas would have, even less than 15 millimeters of rain, maybe even 12.5 millimeters or less. A half inch is not expected more than that in any concentrated fashion. From time to time, we'll kick up some sea conditions as well, but even the boating forecast looks pretty good across the Eastern Caribbean, including Dominica, Martinique, St. Lucia. And again, you get down towards St. Vincent and the Grenadines, rain chances are likely to be a little bit higher here Tuesday and Wednesday. Again, that moisture content is a little bit higher for SVG, Grenada, TNT. Funny enough, a little bit farther east towards Barbados, it'll actually be a little bit drier. More concerned about that moisture lifting due north. So again, TNT, Grenada, and the Grenadines are included more in the higher rain chances, especially Trinidad and Tobago. 40 tomorrow, 60 Wednesday, 40 on Thursday. Moderate rain chances, Grenada, Suriname and Guyana. Few scattered showers in Nueva Esparta. The ABC Islands will continue to see the opportunity for pockets of moisture coming in, which could lead to a few showers as we go over the next few days. Boating forecast, we might churn up some seas in the central and the western Caribbean. It is not out of the question that, say, the southern sides of Jamaica fall under that strong wind and large wave advisory again. And then this time of the year, as we get towards the last few days of November, the cold front coming in on Thanksgiving Thursday and into even early December, these fronts through the Gulf and the Western Atlantic Basin get stronger and stronger, really kicking up the seas. The northerly winds get farther off to the south, and this could really kind of freshen things up here through the exposed waters of the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos, but also look back down towards the Caribbean here. Again, this is Thanksgiving itself. Here is Friday, Saturday, but watch early next week, even a nice cluster of wind developing here and pushing back towards the Western Caribbean. So just something to watch out for. It does get quite active and windy this time of the year. Now, rainfall totals obviously fall off a bit here, so you're not going to see a ton of higher concentrated rain totals except down towards the monsoon trough. portions of Panama and Costa Rica, but even the Caribbean coastline of Central America and Quintana Roo could see a couple of inches of rain. That's 2, 3, even 4 inches up to 100 millimeters. The front that stalls out could produce some heavier rain, northern sides of Cuba, eventually portions of the Bahamas. Later, again, after Thanksgiving, could get a stalled boundary scenario with higher totals there towards the weekend ahead. And again, the farther south that you go in the Lesser Antilles, the likely you are to have the better rain and higher rain chances there and higher rain totals, even as far west as the ABC Islands as well. Friends, I appreciate you guys. You can follow us across all of our social media platforms. We're on Instagram, TikTok, X, and Facebook. Send me a picture and video to help tell the weather story. It's myMediaMundo@gmail.com. You got a question about the forecast, feel free to drop it in the comments section below. Please remember that Meteo Mundo is sponsored by the Lane Law Firm of Central Florida, your hometown homeowners insurance attorneys. Property damage of any kind, you've been in an auto accident, they'll walk you through the insurance claim process, and they offer free consultation and policy reviews. You got nothing to lose, my friends. It's leanonmelaw.com if you would like more information. From my family to yours, I wish you a very happy, safe Thanksgiving. Again, let me know in the comments section below how you'll be celebrating, what you'll be eating. I can't wait to read all those comments. Have a great rest of the week. I'll see you next week with the latest forecast right here at Meteo Mundo.